Come on, President Biden, get your dog, man. And how is that going to help the stock market? What's going on, y'all? Hope all is well. Another episode of Convos with the CFP Mario Payne in beautiful Jacksonville, Florida. As always, before we get started, like, share, subscribe to our channel as we continue to grow. Boop. You can Google me. I was in Forbes a few months ago. Boop. Or you can check out my book, The Relaxed Investor. International bestseller, y'all. I am an international bestselling author. Just blessed, and thank you all for helping with the book, buying the book, commenting, reposting the book. I definitely appreciate it, you guys. And of course, you can check me out on the Instagram at Painful Profits as we try to get to 11,000 followers. So I share information. But here on these YouTube streets, I'm a certified financial planner, not yours. For my clients, I am. But I like to give advice. And today, we're going to talk about Commander, not the commander-in-chief, but that aggressive dog they got in the White House, and why, as investors, it might be an opportunity to make some money, believe it or not. But, Commander, who you biting this time?
Just getting some new news out of the White House here as we're learning that President Biden's dog has bitten somebody else. The secret's...
What's going on here, man? I mean, I got a dog, a Staff Sapphire. It's like a friendly version of a pit bull. The last dog we had was a cane corso, so I love me some dogs, but you can't go around biting people though, man.
Service says that last night an officer came into contact with Commander, that's the pup, and was bitten.
He ain't no pup. Stop the cap. He ain't no pup.
Remember, it was just a couple of months ago that the conservative group Judicial Watch released a report that says Commander has had 10 what they call biting incidents.
Man, he been in the White House for what, 2.5 years? You done bit 10 people? Aggression. Does that mean President Biden and First Lady ain't taking care of their dog? Who knows? But come on, do better.
In just over a year. I want to bring in Kelly O'Donnell.
In a year? Oh, man. That's like one bite every 6 weeks? Oh, man. Famous Jay-Z line. That's like one good album every, anyways, though. It wasn't two good albums.
And Kelly, listen, there has been a lot of attention on Commander the dog. Lots of issues in Washington, but this is one that, people are talking about.
Now, of course, and I ain't trying to get political, but of course, MSNBC, they're going to sugarcoat this. They're going to gloss it over as it is what it is. But we know, if my dog bit 10 different people, man, the laws will become knocking on my door, trying to euthanizing it. No, we don't want none of that. We love our dogs. Peter, don't come after me. But man, that's ridiculous. 10 dog bites in a year? You need some training, player.
Well, you and I are both dog lovers, and so this is something that has always been of interest. And you can understand that when there's a family pet who is also the type of breed, a German Shepherd, that is sort of in its DNA to have the guarding sort of sensibility.
Washing over. Come on, MSNBC. Again, I'm not being political, but come on. Keep it real with your boys and girls and profiteers.
There have been problems here, and this is...
Problems?
Certainly difficult for the first family and also any of the personnel who have been bitten and needed treatment. Let's remember, there have been some injuries from this. So what occurred last night was about 8 o'clock. One of the uniform division, so those are the members of the Secret Service who appear to be wearing a police-type uniform. The uniform division tends to guard the...
Commander, whose father is the commander-in-chief, biting commanders of the police. That's a double entendre.
Place where his agents guard the people, and there was some kind of encounter with Commander Biden, who is about 2 years old. There was a bite. The bite was...
He looks so snuggly to those hairs stand up. Y'all know how a dog get the hair stand up. They get that. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Then they show that teeth. They show those canines. They get those big eyes. Man, it ain't look nothing like that right there. It look like a little puppy right there. Not today.
Treated. The woman officer was treated here on the grounds of the White House. There is the medical unit, of course, as you know, Hallie. And this puts pressure on the first family because this pet is not handled by the Secret Service, not walked by the Secret Service. And
hold on. The Secret Service was handling Trump's dogs. Subject for another day.
And anyone who considers the White House workplace their place of business, of course, needs to be safe from any risk here. So
it might be y'all place of business, but it's his house, though. It's the White House. Man, come on, Biden, get your dog, man. Biden, get your dog.
It's complicated. The White House, through the First Lady's office, says that they have acknowledged this before, that this can be a stressful environment for this dog, and the President and the First Lady are trying to create
10 times, though. I mean, take them down to PetSmart. You know, you go to PetSmart, they got the dog training class at nighttime. They're walking the dog up and down, you know, sniffing people. Oh, he won't hurt you. And then Commander showed them teeth and take a bite out of crime. Ridiculous.
Create safe spaces where Commander can play and roam and not have any of these unpleasant encounters. At the same time, there is a track record here now where this dog has had several biting incidents over the last couple of years.
10 over a year? Again, MSNBC, don't whitewash this, y'all. MSNBC, do better. Now, if the shoe was on the foot a few years ago, if Trump dog was biting everybody, I'd get on Fox too. So y'all can all get it. Let's just keep it real. The dog needs to be trained, or it needs to be in, what, Delaware? Is that where I don't know. Wherever the Biden compound is. Some people say Ukraine. Story for another day, though. Anyways, though, how as investors and profiteers, we can actually make money from our pets. Now, profiteers, we're going to look at Chewy. Anybody who likes convenience, likes things at their door, doesn't want to have to go to retail stores or PetSmart or Petco, nothing against y'all. We go to Chewy. I have a subscription to Chewy. Chewy's taking my money on a month-to-month basis, and their stock continues to go down. Look at this. This is this year. But let's stretch it out since it's all-time high. Yes, my profiteers, down we go. It had its low May 22. It went up some more. It then it went down. It's down by 85% from its high of $120 a share just 2 years ago. That lets you know, whatever they doing at Chewy, it ain't working. Whatever they trying to do with Chewy, it ain't working. The dog toys that they're making ain't working. The hamster wheels that they're trying to make more efficient, it ain't working. The goldfish food that they're giving you, it ain't working. So as investors who invested in that, their stock ain't working. However, it might be a light at the end of the tunnel, my profiteers. Its high point, January this year, 52. Far down from 120, I know. And it hit its low. Whoa, where you going? It hit its low of $17 a share, down 65%. But that light at the end of the tunnel has been the last 2 weeks. This is why, profiteers, because we have created a level, right? We call this our support. Support on the low end, bouncing off that support. Resistance on the high end, trying to break through the resistance. Break through the resistance. But the support is at 18.18. It bounced, and now it's bouncing back up. Why we say? Because this went down to 17.51 is low, and now it bounced, and now it's at 18.02. My profiteers, we may have found our bottom. So people that are long-term investors, bottom pickers, this might be the area that you might want to look at. Now, we want to be diversified. We don't want to put everything in Chewy. We don't want to think that this is the bottom, we buy at the bottom. No. You want to make sure you have a trend. And that trend from Chewy is probably around $23.50 a share. So we have some movement to get to where we were. That's a long time. But to get to where it starts trending up, we still have another 10%, 15% really to go. But if I get in at 23, if it gets back to 50 where it was January this year, let's say it takes next year. I buy at 23, it goes up to 50. I double my money, profiteers. And if it gets back to where it was, now that's probably going to take about 8 to 9 years. But let's just look and just see. And we make it smaller. It's like we didn't lose any money, but we did lose money. And we make it smaller and we make it smaller. But you know what? We get back in. And if we do get back in, and we'll say at 2383, it gets back to where it was. My profiteers, that is a 400% return. If it takes 8 years, that's painful profits. Waited 8 years to get back to where we were, but 8 years at 400%, that's 50% a year. Don't know about you profiteers, but if I'm in something that's 50% a year, I'm pretty happy. Not saying it's gonna happen. And evidence shows it's not gonna happen. Just like evidence shows when it comes to Commander the dog, he gonna bite you every 6 weeks. But if Chewy gets his act together, does get back to where it was over time, pretty good investment. So is it at its bottom? We don't know. You might want to wait till it goes up about 15% where it's trending up to get into it if you do. But if Chewy gets his act together, you have a lot of dog treats you can buy because you bought it low. All right, profiteers. So the moral of the story, the Bidens, President Biden, First Lady, get your dog. As investors, that's my dog. That's my dog. And we gonna say that's my dog if Chewy gets back to where it was. Heck, if Chewy gets back to where it was January to 53 and we buy again around 25, we're happy about that because we double our money. But comment below, what should the Bidens do with their dog? Don't get crazy, y'all. We love dogs. We ain't gonna talk about dog going bye-bye. All dogs go to heaven. We don't want Commander to go, though. So let's not do that in the comments. But comment below, what they gonna do with their dog? And should we get into Chewy, or is it a wrap? As always, love is love. Let's make some paper promise together, y'all. Peace.
And you just wanna get paid, tired of making the money mistakes. Make a payment on your bills and you still late, yeah. Pay for profits to help you seek change, and you just wanna get paid, yeah. Tired of making no money mistakes. Make a payment on your bills and you still late, pay for profits to help you seek change, yeah. Cut the show and just listen. You wanna feel empowered by making money decisions. Residual by the hours can get you a better living. Then check the check, you knowing it could be different.